What time is it?
Pasa pasa,
Time?
pasa pasa.
Time? Every gal, every gal, every gal, every gal. I go me a
Pasa pasa.
don't stop, girl. Why not drink until I drink and rave till the morning light, my
What it? Center, 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 center. Have a top stand.
Uptown, downtown. You know who this is? Hot man, I'm easy. Them no one like me.
Hi everyone. Welcome again to another amazing episode of Relationship and all of the pasa them. All right, fine. Okay. But welcome guys. So we're here again another time with another topic, and we are talking about friendship. Ladies, a lot to say. We're talking about honesty in friendship and how honest can we all be, or how honest are you in your friendships, and if we should be fully honest, like if we should hold back a few things, or real friends tell the truth and talk the things them all the time. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I will start off by saying I think a true real friend should always be fully honest with their friends, especially if it's something that's going to hurt them. If it's something that's going to
sorry. I understand. I thought you were saying you want to say something that hurts them. I'm like, what?
No. If they're doing something that's damaging to themselves, like hurtful to themselves, I don't think you should just stay on the side and watch them and be like, well, I feel our life, make sure live our life the way she want to live our life.
But go ahead. I want to play devil's advocate, so go ahead and say what you're saying.
No man, but go on with the but.
I'm just curious about situations where, for example, your friend is in a relationship forever. It's obviously a toxic relationship, and obviously they need to get out. Where is the line that you draw where you're like, I cannot be a part of this anymore. You need to get out. Have a nice day. What
I am
that
telling
line?
the friend, Carrie, I'm
Why you saying Carrie?
I'm relying on you, Carrie. Listen, I am going to say to my friend, if this person mean you're no good, sweetie, draw the line, cut it off.
No, but she doesn't. Carrie doesn't know. I mean, since we're dragging Carrie into this, Carrie doesn't know. Right, poor Carrie. Carrie doesn't know that the person is no good for her in her situation. Even if, and I've seen this. I've never experienced this with you guys, but I've seen it where, people are in bad situations and, they come and they're like, I need to get out. And you're like, yes, the person is this long list of things where you're like, this is toxic. And then they go back to the person and now it's an uncomfortable situation because they know you hate the person. They know how you feel. They know the situation, but you're still in it. Mm-hmm. Then what?
At the end of the day, right? You can be a friend and you can just say what you see or what you deem to be right. But at the end of the day, your friend's going to make whatever decision they want to make. It's their life. So even though you are saying, I think this is toxic, if they decide that I am going to stay in it, you can't beat them over them head and pull them out literally and lock them in one room and that's the key.
You should.
If we have that opportunity, I think I would take advantage of, not with Carrie. Carrie was very obedient, but
it's like, what is happening?
My poor friend Carrie. Carrie, I'm messing with you. But no, I feel like as friends, because sometimes you do things too and you don't even realize that what you're doing is damaging, or you don't even realize that it's bad for you. Mm-hmm. You're in so deep that you can't even see that it's bad for you. And I feel like it's in times like those that a true friend needs to, you don't have to tell the person to get out. I don't think that's your role to say get out, but at least just make them aware, like, this and this is happening and it doesn't appear, there's always a good and a better way to say something without saying to the person, run for your life, match up off your head. That's
that comes to mind with some of that is, what if the person they have toxic habits with themselves, right? Like sometimes we see our friends doing things and you're like, you're going in a circle, or you know, like we see things with our friends, especially if they're very close. Like you see patterns, you see things, and you're like, all right, when do I say something? You know, like when do I not be supportive? Because you want to support them and hope that they're gonna come to the light, but sometimes the light take a while to come. And you just like, this is destructive, right? So I think I struggle with that. Like, when do I jump in a more aggressive way versus like supporting the nonsense? And vice versa, because I'm sure y'all have supported me through a number of nonsense. So I'm just like, when do you
We are living vicariously through you, man.
We're all living.
We're not gonna say nothing because we want to experience it, but not us, not us, just you.
Like, go ahead on. Let's see what's happening.
Yup, that's what's really gonna happen. I suck completely at because I always feel like there's a line that I just need to not, step over. There is a time and place for everything, and while people are in it, more than anything else, they need support than complete honesty. And I find that with everyone, even my children, when they are going through all the crap, and I want to say, I told you that wasn't going to work. What are you doing? I cannot, because it's not positive. It doesn't help them in any way. And I find that just with people in general, that when they're going through things, that it's always not good, to be honest. Go ahead, Sean.
You want to finish?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's good to have different types of friends, because you know what? I can see a place for what you're saying, but I see a purpose for what Sophie is saying, Yeah. So sorry for people who will have one friend. But it's really good to have different friends, because everybody has like a different kind of approach, that just the personality, so they bring something different to your life. And I think it's necessary, because sometimes you don't want to hear it, but sometimes you need to hear it. And so, I'm the kind of person who I try to gauge. I've been trying to maths out things.
Maths out.
Yeah. Because there's some people who I know I can say directly what I'm thinking to. And then there are other people, because I want to find the right approach to help them. Because if I know you're not going to hear me, then I don't want to just say it. But I want to find a way to say, okay, yeah, man, you're nice, but or like you try to find out thing to say without saying. And just so you remember where this came from, the idea of this topic actually came from something much simpler. We have a friend named Sophia who is truthful in all things. And let me just tell you something. Don't think you're gonna show up around her looking tore up.
On the floor up.
Oh, like, let me tell you what she says.
Be more specific.
Let me tell you exactly what she says. She says, Star, come over, see her here. And then she wants you to bend down in her lap to investigate what is happening. And it's usually not because it look right.
Yeah, it's not normally the clothes. It's not normally like you're walking out and you're matching a dress with like some sneakers. That's not a problem. She'd be like, whatever, to each his own.
Or she said, what's he doing in here? What's in here?
Right. Make the bun not be a bun.
All right. She'd be like,
come let me fix your bun.
Right.
Oh God.
Brutal.
I don't know.
I will say, and I figured this out about myself a long time ago. And I've heard it from, if you ask me, not too many people. I am too bluntly honest sometimes, and it gets me in trouble. It's the truth. It gets me in trouble. Especially when it comes to hair. Oh God, that gets me in trouble all the time. I remember one year I was in college. I won't call her name, in fact she watched this. But she had a sew-in, and oh my gosh, it was just bad. But we weren't friends. That's the sad part. We were not friends. I just saw the girl with a really bad sewing. And I said, excuse me, who did your hair? And she said, oh, my girl in Newark, she hooked me up. And I said, my response was, you shouldn't go back.
Don't go back if you know what's
Literally
good
said
for
to
you.
this girl, you shouldn't go back. I said, oh my God, your hair's a hot mess. She was like, excuse me? And I said, I hope you didn't pay to get it done. Like it's
Oh no.
Guys, you're not lying. I've sat beside Sophie before and said to her, stop looking. Because I see it and she's like, and I'm like,
no, I listen, this is why, Sharifa, you're right. You should, there's always one in each group. I know your friends, but I feel like I am maybe too honest to my friends. I'm gonna call y'all out. If I see y'all doing stupidness, I'm gonna call you out. And if I see you
That's true.
doing something that's damaging, I'm gonna call you out. I'm realizing lately though that I don't know if everybody handles it well. I know I can always call out Carrie. She can love me and hate me. I don't even care. I'm just call her out.
That's because she love you. It ain't no love and hate. It's because she love you. She do at this
clearly has
point,
she's not concerned about it.
no, she is quite invested in this friendship. She at the point where she just no business no more.
No business no more. Like I'm gonna call her out.
Ma'am, when are you
It's so
taking
funny
that weave
because
out?
I know that, like Misha, I don't call out Misha as much as I would in my head. Like I don't call her out to her face.
Honesty is good for the soul.
Right. What we in a confessional right now.
Calling
What's
you out in
happening?
her head.
In her head. Now I'm concerned. Now I'm walking around like, what's wrong? What's wrong with it?
Hi, girl. Enjoy your freedom.
Right.
I think my brain has been messed up, guys.
Whatever. Anyway, I am curious. I want everybody's opinion. What if I brought a guy to y'all, right? I didn't say anything. We're now dating, and I said, here's a picture. And he looks like, I'm trying to think of somebody. Michael Blackson. Is that his name? I'm going to Google him. Is that his
Yes,
name?
I know Michael Blackson.
The comedian,
I
right?
don't know Michael Blackson.
You got to Google
Oh,
him.
that's so
Never Google him.
What does he look like?
I have
Anyway,
to Google him.
let's pick somebody else that everybody knows. I just don't know nobody.
I mean,
Okay, all right. Okay, I know I'm looking at a picture. Okay, all right.
okay. I want to know. Okay, maybe I should just say somebody who you just don't expect, to be somebody that you're like, okay, that's your type. It's just somebody outside of that. Shar, go ahead. I'm curious.
They will accost you on the beach and in Puerto Rico and tell you.
You're gonna wait till we get to Puerto Rico?
No, I'm just being funny.
This sounds personal.
Right.
They will accost you. You
Right.
know, that must be why Misha was the president. But they will accost you on the beach.
I'm
tell
loving
you, girl, that's not for your spirit. That is not for you.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
You would not say that.
Okay, I'm laughing and they're laughing because I'm telling you a true story. I was accosted on the beach in Puerto Rico by my two dear friends. Huh?
I don't know.
Carrie, what were you saying?
no, I was saying, where was Mish? Mish wasn't there.
I was studying.
Misha was working or something.
Oh,
yes.
that's right. That's right.
That's true.
This is Sharifa. This is not it. This is not it. We want to be straight with you. We will not encourage this.
That is exact. That is precisely what occurred.
And there went that.
And there
Wah.
went that.
Okay, so the gang works. It looks like if it does gang the information, if it comes from multiple sources, then it sounds legit. I get it.
But the good thing is it don't come with you must do this or you must do that. It's
But
more
don't you
like,
feel like you must?
no, it's more
No,
like,
because she never listened to it right away. Eh?
it's more like, think about this and think about that, you know?
It's like when your
And
parents tell
wait,
you,
one-on-one, make sure
make sure it not the math's not maths it.
It's not bad.
that's not that's it.
The math isn't mathing. It's
It's doing something else, but it's not maths it.
Yes. So I mean, and if you trust the person who is telling you, then one thing you can disagree, but at least you don't, like Sophie say, love me or hate me. You're saying it to the person because you know they're gonna love you anyway. So that's also, make sure that the kind of friendship that you think you have
Right.
with the person is
True.
the friendship that you have
you
with the
have.
person.
But that will
Because-
kind of determine that, because if
because
somebody
some-
come to you or you go to somebody and they take it the wrong way, then obviously y'all aren't where
Yes,
where
like they
think
can
y'all
process
are.
it to know. You can expect if it says something that's not really easy to swallow and somebody take time is fine. But if they're like,
You're jealous of my one
yes,
man.
or whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
look like Will
then-
Smith. when he
Did you
was
just
young,
say
when
your
he was
one
young. Will Smith.
not
Like,
the
no,
one.
one man. Yes, ma'am.
So Carrie, so what would you do?
Exactly what I did. Exactly what we did, right, Carrie?
I will say for the record, this was it was heavily deliberated.
Dang, y'all talked about
I want to say Soph led the charge.
she did.
Thank you. So everybody know who instigates the song.
Carrie went along for support.
Yo, the
Wow,
truth.
Carrie. Wow.
So she not only does it to Carrie, she also does it to Shar.
Well, this is the point I'm getting to. I feel like this is Soph's area. I was there for moral support. I get scared to say stuff like, right? So I'll talk to, this is why you have different friends, right? You talk to your friend, you're like the one who's always like straightforward, blunt, no matter what. Like, okay, this is what I, so you think I should say something? I think you have to figure out how to say things, because even though, you know, this is someone you love and they love you, you don't want to take that relationship for granted. You don't want to take the advice or insight you're sharing lightly, right? You want to be thoughtful and intentional in what you're saying and how you say it. So I think when the conversation is had, it comes from a very intentional place, right? It's not like willy-nilly, I'm saying this because I didn't think about it. I'm just, you know, throwing words in the air. So yeah, it's thoughtful feedback, I think, always, especially when you're talking to somebody about, you know, somebody they like, because they like that. So you also have to respect that too.
That's
I agree.
Consider their feelings in the process.
Yeah, my therapist is helping me have hard conversations. So normally when, you know, and she asked me, you know, do you ever like use the sandwich method? And I'm like, to talk to people, no. I do that with my kids when I'm trying to like let them down, but not with like regular people, not with like adults. I mean,
What's the
they're
sandwich method?
You gotta be
So-
nice, adults.
No, I mean, when I gotta let my children down, it's a little harder. Their egos are a little easier to bruise. With adults, you just go take it or leave it, because I also do have no filter, but because I've always known I have no filter, I tone it down. My filter is at like 0 and I turn on the filter to like 10 intentionally, because I know I have no filter naturally. So blame my mother. I hope she's listening. This is all your fault. Anyway, so
My mother.
so I have, when I have hard conversations, it's hard for me to have hard conversations because I just speak and I just don't care. You just take it as it is. So she's trying to teach me how to have hard conversations, and she says you have to use a sandwich method. You know, you sandwich the hard part with like other things, other good things. So you'll say like, for example, say you don't think the person is right. You would start with, I don't know, I'm new to this. So you start with
I'm so
their
glad
intentions. You
something-
said what?
I'm so glad you brought that up. Something nice, like to get it going.
Right, correct. So, you know, your intentions or whatever, you know, obviously you're looking for this, and this, and then you sandwich it in the middle, the hard stuff. But you need to look at X, Y, and Z, factor in blah, 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 go over this, make sure you're factoring in that. And then at the tail end, you talk about good things again, you know, but I know that your intentions are good. I know that you're going to do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. So the way that they're receiving it isn't you suck at picking men. It's right. It's positive. You suck at picking men. Positive.
You suck. Positive.
Exactly.
What a lovely day. You suck. I really like your cooking.
Right, exactly. But they could take what they want from that, but you have to sandwich in the middle so they hear what they, you know, you're passing on the information. So I am definitely, I have no idea how to do that. As I said, it's so much easier to talk to kids about that, because then it's like when you're talking to them about them not being able to have whatever, watch TV, then it's easy to sandwich that. That's easy. But having hard conversations with adults is a lot harder, because I just want to tell you suck. Like, listen, this is not working. You need to figure that crap out.
But here's our question, right? What if you're not telling them about something you've observed in their relationship? That's not the issue. What if you're telling them about something that happened between you and them? So not like, you know, like something you've observed or something, whatever. It's more like either they did something to hurt you, or, you know, something just doesn't sit right. Just something tense between you and the person, and that's your friend or your close partner or whatever. Now that's like, how do you say that? Like
you can sandwich that too. I'm sure Carrie's so much better.
Carrie sandwich all the time.
All the time. Just telling people they suck every which way. Just all kinds of sucking.
All kinds of sucking. What is happening in this house?
All kinds of sucking.
I'm done.
Sandwich. It depends on the relationship. I struggle to say, like, I think it's easier for me to do that with people I don't know. When it's someone that's really close to me, that becomes a little harder, because I tend to overthink how are they going to take this. And people who know me, they know that I'm a therapist. So they always think I'm doing therapy when I'm talking to them, especially when I'm being serious. So then I'm like, okay, how are they taking this? Are they taking it seriously? Right? I'm overthinking the whole shebang. Yeah. So it's actually me.
It's so funny because I find the other day I've been doing inventory of my life a lot lately. Seriously, inventory, like seriously, I've been, and I don't ask me why either. I just find lately that I've been, every time I'm able to sit down, I you know, just go through my life, and I think right now I'm at a place where I just truly want to be the best version of myself. Like, I want to be the best friend. I want to be the best wife. I want to be the best daughter, the best teacher, just the best version of myself. And I found lately that I've been just going back through, you know, my life and trying to see areas where I know for sure I failed, areas I think I may have failed, and areas that I knew I literally just like bang it out. And I was saying to Hill the other day, I was like, I want my friends to be able to be very honest with me, but I know it's not easy for them, because I have and I can say this is me. I don't care who want to judge me. Go ahead. But I know I can come off sometimes as very aggressive, if that's the word I can find, like aggressive. So it may seem like when something is like, when I'm corrected, Hill pointed this out to me, and it made me really think about it. When I'm corrected for doing something that may not be right, the way I respond comes off as like a defensive, like I'm defending what I did instead of taking it and truly owning in, or trying to see why the person felt the way they felt and whatever. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I think that's the problem with me and my friends. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very honest with you guys, but I don't feel like you guys are always bluntly honest with me. You're honest, but not bluntly, the way I'm blunt with you guys. And I know personality is always different, I'm that person, but you guys are not like me. But I'm like, I want a blunt friend that's going to be bluntly honest with me. Like, Sophia, you were wrong, straight up. And even me, I cuss on the one and cuss me back. I say, you're wrong. Like, you're wrong.
You want me to introduce you to Lottie?
See, no, Lottie kind of nerve.
We got to start.
Do you?
Bar. A lower bar.
Lottie's a little scary.
Lottie's next level. We got to start small. We got to start small.
Next level. Okay.
That's your TED talk. I need that.
That's even when we go about cry.
Isn't that what you're looking for? You gotta go all in, ma'am. You gotta go all in.
No, I don't want to cry. I just want to know I'm wrong.
But Sophie, honestly, how wrong could you be? I've realized now, the older, like, no one close to me really wrongs me anymore. And I think it's because I've been friends with my friends for like decades. I just know them. So me just know say I saw Misha say, me just know so Sophie, me just know say Carrie say. Like, if I don't hear from Sophie in a 2 days, I'm not concerned. But then I have some friends, if I don't hear from them today, I'm gonna say, oh, go down. Like, I kind of am in a space, and then I know, oh, wait there, I didn't hear from so and so. I'm gonna check in with so and so, just so it's like, after so many years, I kind of like feel like it's really hard for someone to wrong me because I don't make new friends. And so the people I know, and even if somebody acts untoward, listen, that's one untoward experience in a lifetime of experience. So it's like, it doesn't really ding anymore. So maybe we should have learned this in college when I had something to say to you. But I don't know if I have that to say to you no more.
I think too, as you mentioned, when you get older, you know your friends better, but you also, at least I feel like this is true for me. I feel like I'm more forgiving with myself. So I'm like, people got other things going on. Like, I tend to not take what people do, right, personal to me. So I'm just like, if I don't hear from somebody, I'm like, they got a lot going on. I'm like, I got a lot going on. Like, I just feel like if it's true for me, it's probably true for them. And so I feel like I'm able to release the thing that I would have been previously mad about. I'm able to release it more quickly because I'm like, yeah, it's not that I'm not taking that as a thing about me, but more about whatever the person has going on in their own life, And I think some of it too is like, you wait for people to work through the kinks because you realize life goes in cycles. So you're like, okay, maybe that's where they are right now. So I found myself like more patient with some of those things. So instead of staying something, I'll just wait for that cycle to pass. And then we're back into whatever the next cycle is for that person, or cycle of the friendship, I guess.
Okay, I'm not that mature. I'll tell you something. If something specific happens, I will say to anybody, they couldn't tell me. And that's about probably all I'll say. I'm like you in the sense that you already never tell me, it's already gone. I'ma still love you, but I still will say, wait, what happened without me? And what's going on?
I mean that, Sharon. I mean that.
I will still acknowledge if it's something I genuinely, some things I don't care about, and you'll know because I'm like, thank God you're not gonna call me. No, I guess I'm a bed. Like I wasn't interested. Like, if I really was, I'm like, you could not have gone to Adele without me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and if I hear Misha and Carrie Ghana Adele without me, no.
Oh, well, that's just disrespect.
Right, like Misha
that kind of
and
stuff.
no, like Shar and Kerry and gone at the beach, and I'm right next door and nobody told me about the beach.
Wait,
Yes.
didn't we already discuss this beach situation
Disrespectful.
This was
past
5
episode?
seasons ago.
5
Disrespectful.
seasons ago. We're on
This
season
was
3
like
and this
season
was 5
-4 of
Just
RP.
saying. Disrespectful.
We talked about this in a whole other episode already.
Carry
We
on, I'm
revisiting
done.
it.
Carry on.
This is like 3
It's
seasons.
okay. It's gonna be like, you know, they have that like thing that pops up every season. Do y'all remember when Carrie and Char went to the beach?
Yep.
Listen,
Girl,
gonna be next
it was a
season.
Sabbath. We found another acceptable day to go.
whatever, man. We could have gone another day. Whatever.
I'm so glad I wasn't a part of this. I just want to throw that out there.
I would like you to know that Misha was there. She's just pretending.
When I come start job, though.
All the way after 8 nights.
I know it's a different story that.
Can
Right?
you imagine if I was actually there? So would I really come up about guys,
No, I really would.
She would have signed off. Like, no,
I really would. I'd be like,
I'm
good night.
disowning you.
You can sign off, guys. I would have for
Wait,
finish
we
this one
shall
next
fly
time.
Good night, everybody. Talk to you guys never.
The good thing though, guys, is she would be back on.
Right, we'd have convinced her. She'd have been over it. So be mad and get over it in like a day. She'd be alright.
Listen,
She'll
life
still
too
talk
short,
about
yeah.
it 6 years from now, but she'd be alright.
Let's try to think about anything somebody's still telling me about 6 years from now. Yeah, I think I know.
So be pulling up stuff. Anyway, I wanted to Shar, answer your question because I thought about it as I was sitting here and listening to y'all about that. If you're having a thing with someone, how do you sandwich it? But I feel like it's doable because if you talk about the positive things that you have going on, right? So you have positive things going on, but here is the thing that's bothering me. Here's the thing that I would like to address with you. Then you address it and then you move on to, but I would like to move on, you know, once we are over this, move on to future things and talk about the good things that you guys are going to look forward to. I feel like it's doable. It's less abrasive. And I feel like people will receive it, though I have never tried this. As I said, I'm terrible at this. I just, one time in it, I'm just in it. 10 toes deep. Didn't I say that last episode? Jesus. Anyway, just saying. So I think it's doable. But yeah, it's hard to have these conversations with friends in general. But I rely on Soap to tell people that their hair looks messed up, so I don't have to do it and I'm good.
We sure don't have to do that.
Yep.
And that's
And I think there are some, I think there are some places you do not go. I think everybody agrees with it because I know stuff not really go them places either. Like people don't be going to people's like marriages and stuff like that. I don't know. I think there's some. What? Tell me.
What if you see your friend's husband cheating on them? Do you tell
Oh
them?
no, I'm
How
telling.
honest
I'm
are you?
sorry. I am telling.
You
And
take
you know-
a picture. I'm gonna FaceTime you while it's
Yeah,
happening.
no, and I'm telling,
Best
not on
believe.
gossip. If my eye see it, I'm taking the picture. I am telling. My
Listen.
friend.
What if
Listen,
Soul
Only
comes
few
to
people
you
would
and
call
said,
friend, you know.
what if Soul comes to you and said, I saw this person? Do you encourage her to go tell? Or do you say, listen, Soap have this thing that she needs to tell? What do you
Wait, what Soph said what?
What if Soap said, I saw him cheating on her? How do you handle that?
Oh, for somebody else?
Yeah.
Why is she bringing up people things for?
Why should I bring it up people's things?
Why
I don't care about that.
I was not there. I meant
that-
Soph can come and tell me that she
Right.
said, yes.
But
But what if it's your
Soph
friend?
can. Of course, Soph can. Carrie can. Misha can. You guys can. Me know if you see to the.
But
you
what
see
if
it.
what if she tells you, I'm not jumping in? I don't want to tell her. What do you do? Like, what if my husband and Soph come to you and say, Lord, Mr. Nisha husband, I cheat on her, but I really don't. Like, Soph would never do.
I'm gonna
this.
be
But-
the Carrie. I'm gonna be
because
her
I'm like-
Carrie.
Never
I'm
to
gonna be
share.
her
I
Carrie.
come to you,
Emotional
Misha.
support. No.
here?
Baby girl,
I don't know.
If I you me and FaceTime you and say, Misha, look
Yes.
what.
Do that. Don't make Misha, because even if she comes to me and tell me, I would rather she talk to you first by herself, because there's also a little bit of like embarrassment maybe or shame about something like that. Could be, maybe not. Depending on how comfortable each person is with other people knowing. So it's like better she just goes to you and say it.
Curious to know how you sandwich that situation.
If it's, for example,
Sandwich
Misha,
that.
if it's not my friend, okay, let's say it's Sharifa's friend, and I saw Sharifa's friend cheating, and it's not my friend, then yeah, that mother got to Sharifa and say, Sharifa, yo, your friend, man, and really rare, you know, whatever.
What is Sharifa going to do?
Bad too
No,
sad.
but Anna, my friend,
Sharifa.
Anna, my friend, says, no, Sharifa's gonna say to me, okay, she's a person who can take it, or this is a friend that I know, leave it alone.
Sharifa is not
know the
saying
person
that.
better than me.
Sharifa said, please don't come to me with that.
No,
But
ma'am.
tell me on did look, but don't tell me.
Oh yeah, you. Sorry. Of course
When they
not.
are
I
weird.
don't
When
gossip.
they are
Don't
weird.
want to hear about it.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. No,
I wouldn't be saying it to you to gossip. I'm saying to you, I don't know your friend. Let us. I don't know if it's a person who I can approach with that information, or because there's some people they don't want to tell nothing about their boo. You can have the picture and they'll be like, mind your business.
Right.
You
My
know,
girl,
so
that is not my friend. I only probably 3 other people who not depend on call you, who you could have talked about, and we could have go tell them. Nobody else.
Yes, it's not my business.
That is not my business. That is an acquaintance.
That
If
is
it's
true.
an acquaintance, no, Mr. Fiaka should depend on her word. I am still going to take the picture. No. I will take the picture. I guarantee you that.
Take the picture, can't tell me.
See what I'm saying? Who's witness? I'm glad this is recorded.
I
Take
don't
a
know what
picture.
you're talking about.
That is hilarious. I think that's something that get tricky depending on what it is. Because sometimes it just gets tricky. Like, you know, some of my friends are very like, and maybe this was when I was younger, very open about their relationships, and we would talk, right, more openly about things like that. I think the older you get, for various reasons, relationships become more insular. So in my mind, if I'm not in it, I'm not in it, you know? Like, I'm not in it at all. So I'm sometimes inclined, depending on what I may see, to not say anything. Because I'm like, man, I know that business.
Them could have agreed to that.
Right.
Right.
Open relationship.
No. Did y'all not learn nothing last year?
Definitely, Shar.
Whole open relationships out here. Whole third person.
Fully.
Okay.
Well, just make sure Misha, Carrie, and Soph, if that's your deal, you let me know.
Right. So that when I'm see him out the street, I could be like,
Because
oh,
there's not very many people I would do that for. Because y'all know, you could tell me the sky is blue. I'm not telling nobody else what you said. So, and I'm sorry, if you were expecting that I'm the person to deliver a message, it will never be delivered.
It's so like
stuck with you.
Listen, my mother has said, you know that's so long. No, ma'am. Unless somebody said, please call Mary and tell Mary. I'm not saying it.
Yep.
That's just how I am.
I'm a lot
And
like that
so,
too. I
y'all
even
will
forget
always
that
have
people tell
problem
me
with
things.
me.
tell you things.
I'd be like, oh, you know, so that song kind of familiar. I told you this. It's, you know, when it going out one ear, it just gone.
Yeah, it's
like I never.
I just don't feel like it's
me.
mine. So you could come to me about my friend. I'm looking at you like, that is interesting.
It's like
If
when I
it's
was
not me and you're coming to tell me what you see about me, but I don't know about the rest of that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agreed.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Buck
see what
stops
other
here.
hard conversation. I think as people go through seasons in their life, it's hard to have conversations with them about the changes that they're making. So for example, when people go into relationships, when people have kids, those things change relationships, and it's hard to have a conversation with somebody at that point, because you don't know, there's so much uncertainty. So they have kids and they're more busy, or just not even just more busy, just in a different stage in life. And you guys aren't there yet, and trying to have that conversation to say, listen, this is what's going on, or this is bothering me, or this is the truth about how I see things. I don't even know how you can sandwich that. It just is. And so to me, being honest, or just, being forthcoming with information is a lot harder when things are just changing and you're just trying to go with the flow, just trying to ride the wave of it. That is life, because everybody's not going to be on the same page as you, going through the same thing. We may have been in the same page in college, and then we're now 20 years later. So it's different. Everybody's at a different stage. So it's hard to have these conversations when all these other things are happening. So I know so
can impose, what you think to be your truth on somebody else. Like, like something like, oh, this is what I think is the truth, or right. And it's like, no, well, that's not my truth. So I think that could get tricky too, especially as we get older and start defining our own lives for ourselves, right? Like sometimes friends will share and they're coming from a good intention place, but like what's true for you isn't true for me. And that has to be okay too,
Yeah, that's definitely something that I have learned, because I know I'm one of those that used to, is this how I see it? Then it must be right. But I've learned that over the years, that because people are raised differently, people have different mindset, people have different belief system and everything. And I can say personally, I realized over the years, well, not over the years, maybe the past 2 years, that what I see to be normal may not be the same for everybody else. So if I say this is what you should be doing, another person may not agree with me, the way I'm lining it out. So that's something I know I can say personally, I've been working on, to say, all right, you can suggest things to people, but you can't expect them to do it the way you say they should do it, because everybody's different and everybody sees things differently. So that's definitely something that I can say it's true. Suggestions, but they don't have to be hard facts. And you can't be mad at the person don't do it the way you suggested it. Like, I can't believe that little bugger did not. No, like,
Agreed. Completely
One thing
agreed.
I think that my friends would agree I'm strange with, I'm a loner. And so I love my friends dearly, but I think I do great with my friends because I get time away to kind of just rejuvenate, or, and so as warm as I am, I'm also the same way insular, and so it's like I need both things. And so I think most of my friends would agree. Shar is the kind of person, she's there and she's not. And that's just how I am. And I also thrive in different settings. So like at one point I will love all my friends together. And then sometimes I will just be sitting, hanging and jamming with one. And I actually value that, because I don't like to feel like I don't have a friendship with somebody outside of a circumstance. I want to know that I can go sit down and jam with Misha anytime we want to sit and chill with me. Me and Misha, we can kick it. Me and Sophie, we can kick it. Me and Carrie Ann, we can kick it. Me and my other friend, we can kick it because we have a thing.
Wait, Sophie's asking what other friends?
Asking for a friend. Know. Sophie has OKDs.
You put in an application and all of these.
I put in the application.
Stamped
Sophie has a.
What is happening?
Okay, got it.
It's like teaming up on me. I feel like you guys are teaming up tonight. I don't know.
They don't teaming up. We speak in fact. You wanted honesty. We are here to give you honesty now.
Right? What did Hill say?
Right. Is this not what you asked for?
Did I not get approval?
Yes, she
did. Not say, oh, okay.
But watch how she gonna try and lie. She can't even lie. You see what she
I'm not lying. It is what it is. You guys know me well. I'm very jealous of my friends.
And that's okay. We're not like we're gay with Sophie. You can't have her, and you can't have we, because Sophie said you can't.
Nope.
Sophie said no.
And Carrie always break my heart. Boy, Carrie know to break my heart. Man, every week Carrie have a new friend. I'm like, what is happening?
No new friend. No new friend.
What happened
No
one time
new
on
friend.
Carrie? What's it? I don't know what it was. Like someone was like, "Who?"
I did not get the application for this person.
Looking through my files.
I'm not aware. That one was not brought to my attention. What is happening?
That one was brand new.
Oh my
So
god.
big about that
So
lie.
it's like you have friends from 20 who? 20 something?
Right.
No,
No,
ma'am.
how do I don't know this person? Nope. This is nope.
After 2010.
And now you lying to me. Now we gotta talk about this.
I'm done.
Whatever.
Listen.
Anyway, Shar, are we at that point?
You're at that point. I didn't remember to put it on. So yeah. The timer.
You are the worst timekeeper ever. You're fired.
Next week, guys.
Hilarious.
Let's wrap it up right here. Wrap it up.
Hilarious.
We will try again. We'll try again next week. But you know, I have to say, it's always good to know your friends, know who can handle what and how, because even though you and a person may be tight and cool and everything, it's not everyone can handle everything and the way you deliver it. Delivering information makes a big difference as well. So I think that's my biggest takeaway. Know your friends, and just know who can handle what and how and when.
Yep.
But if you see your friend look a hot mess, I don't care if you know them. Tell them. Don't have them leave the house, people.
Drop the Instagram thing right here, Shar. Call Soph.
At Sophie
now.
Style hairstyle. I will drop that in.
You know, like the ad that used to say, "Call Miss Cleo." Please call Miss Soph.
Let me know.
No, guys,
Oh,
I'm not that bad.
Yes, you are. Stop it. Don't even underplay it for the people. We know. Ma'am, cut it out.
Now calm down, man. Now calm down.
Whatever. Anyway, we love y'all.
bye.
Make sure you pick the right friends. Anyway.
Pick wisely.
None of these people. They are taken.
No, only can't pick any
We
of my
can talk
friends.
about
Go
that.
find
What
new
happens when
friends.
you're like 40 and you're trying to find a bestie and all of them are taken?
Child, anybody got time for that? We don't need an episode for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You're on your own.
Some
if you
people
don't have
out
no
here don't
bestie.
have no friends.
Ma'am,
Guys.
you're on your own. Just
If you didn't,
just
my
talk
mother
it
said
up
this
to
to me,
waste
you know,
of time.
my mother said to me, if you didn't make a really, really close friend back in your 20s, it not happen again.
Nah.
I know. It's
No.
so sad.
Go find a husband at this point.
Go-
You just need a 2-for-1.
Go buy a dog.
Go be friends with your gardener. So you need a 2-for-1 at this point. You
This is what
don't
me and Carrie are
Um,
out there doing. Me and Carrie are out there
Find a gardener?
rescuing the
Yeah.
perishing, caring for the dying. Okay.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Yes.
Not the rescues.
Yes, this is what's happening.
I can't.
How am I cut this part out? This part I gotta stay.
Put it in for my people. They will know my reference.
My stomach hurts. I can't laugh anymore. I'm cramping. Oh my gosh. I'm done with all of y'all today.